Alright, so what I'm doing here today is I'm changing out my throttle cable. What I typically use is a bicycle cable, and if you get the brake cable, it fits the little ferrules that you use perfectly. And the benefit that I found with the brake cable is it's got steel inside, okay, versus the plastic. The plastic, you have to zip tie it like 20 times against the frame, and it over time it'll pinch up and bunch up and it sticks and everything. And inside the steel tubing of the bicycle cable, they just work a little bit freer from what I've been using here in the past. And I'm not such a big fan of these, because to me they're very hard to pull. This one's working pretty decently. I have a bicycle cable on here, and that made it a lot better. But so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to take that red tubing and I'm going to replace it and put it directly to right there, and you can clamp it right there with that. Okay, so, and you just run your cable through right there and you tighten it down and it's done. And you don't have to buy this $20-$30 bracket and all this. I mean, it's just, I'm not a big fan of it. So anyways, with that being said, we're going to unhook this, and I've got this heat shrink real neatly so it doesn't hit you when you go to pull your throttle. It doesn't poke you. But I'm gonna take this off and go from there. So y'all hang with me. I'm gonna put y'all down right here, and y'all be able to see what I'm fixing to do right there, and I'll try to get you a little snapshot of what I'm gonna do over here on the side. Alright, so we need a 10mm and a 7/16, I believe it is. 10, 7/16. Alright, so we got that. So what we want to do is just kind of, well, that ain't no 7/16. What is that? Like both 7/16. We don't need to hold that one. Okay, so we're gonna just unloosen that. I don't know if y'all can see. Unloosen this. All right, that's already got the ferrule on there. Okay, so the next step is we gotta take throttle puller, whatever you want to call it, off of there. And it's a whole lot cheaper to do it this way. So you can buy that red tubing I got it for like $5 or $6 on Amazon, and the cable kits I got all of them for like $5 or $6 also. So there is a little trick, however, that you will have to do, but it's not that difficult. Most people can handle it, and you can get probably, I'm gonna say, probably 3 to 4 cables out of it. You'll have more cables than you will the outside tubing. But so we're gonna take and unloosen this. Gotta unloosen this to pull the cable out. Alright, so that's done. That's another thing. These things, they strip out and they slip, and I don't know. Just like I said, I'm not a fan. Let me grab a knife blade. just take this and like that, and it should just pop right off. I double shrinked it, so it's 2 coats on it. Just trying to do this holding it. Let's see if I can get to it. Let's see. There it goes, just like that. So that's done. We should be able to pull the cable through here. Alright, that's done. Alright, next thing is back to taking this off. I had to take that off. I think it was twisting the cable or something. Pull our cable through there just like that. Alright, we gotta save this piece. Oh God, don't tell me this is gonna be a headache. Alright, we'll get that out in a minute. Okay, so we've got that done. That's off. So that's done. Okay, so alright, so when you go to do this, you're gonna put it right there just like you would normally. Well, we've got to cut it a little bit longer than the other one because of the we're running it directly to original throttle bracket and engine. So, I bought a whole bag of these things, like 50 of them. Little ferrules, good thing to have if you're racing. Don't want to be left behind without one of these. In your day, whatever. Alright, so over this little break that we've had since we haven't been able really to race, I made got a little box and put all of my little miscellaneous parts in there. So I'm gonna grab this. I think it's this one right here. So grab that. We're gonna need one of these to go on this red tubing. Need that part. So you're gonna take and you're gonna slide this part on here first. Okay. It's a little tight. Just kind of screw it on there. It'll go on there. Just kind of screw it on there, just like that. Okay, got that on there, and we're gonna put a little ferrule on there. Same thing. Got to screw that on there. Okay. All right. So we got that on there. All right. So next step is we're going to do just like we hooked it up originally. We'll slide this up in there, push that up in that union or whatever you want to call it, and then just tighten this up. Okay. Alright, we'll find our wrench, 7/16, I believe that is, and we'll tighten that up. Okay, we'll make sure it don't pull out. Okay, that's good. Alright. Next thing is, alright, so we've got a cable ran. We need to run it all the way over here. So we're going to give us a little play because in case we move the engine back and forth or vice versa. So probably somewhere along those lines right there. So what I use to cut this with is a bandsaw. Let's see. I'm gonna put y'all right about. I don't know if I can get it over there. All right, we'll put you back right here where we had you. All right, so I got my bandsaw. Get something with it. what I do with it. Oh, it's back here. Imagine that. Alright, so got my bands off. Alright, we'll make sure we measured again. Alright, so we got that measured. Oops, don't catch the kart. Alright. See how that was cutting through there? You need something kind of like that to cut it. Okay? So we don't really need a ferrule to put on here. So typically how I do it is, like I said, I just taking a run this through there and clamp it on right there, and that's done. Alright, so I'm gonna get the Allen wrench and take those out real quick. We don't need, that's kind of in the way, to be honest. So I'm gonna grab the Allen wrench. So that's loose. Get my other Allen wrench to unloosen that if I can find it. Here. Alright, get this where we can spin this on out of here. And you can keep, see, this eliminates mine, all this bracket. I've had to buy these in the past because I didn't know back in the day. So some people like them, some people love them. I mean, I'm just not a fan. It's too many moving parts. Just a lot more stuff that can cause a failure point. You know, that cable slipping in that clevis, not getting full throttle. I mean, that's what we're out there racing for, is for full throttle, right? I mean, so. Alright, we're going to put you right there. I'm going to take and unloosen that. Get my find my Phillips. Got my Phillips. Get you a 10mm. And stick it over behind the muffler just like that. So it doesn't bend that rod. Even when you tighten the cable, you're going to need this too. See? That holds that. Don't bend anything. And now this has been removed. The only thing we got to do is cut the zip ties and we're done. Alright. So next thing is we got our red. I don't really like the red, but it is what it is. It's some color I can find on Amazon. So let me see if I can get you a little bit better view what we got going on. So this screw right here, this comes on. Let's see. This screw right here comes on here from the factory. Okay, so the only thing you're gonna do is just loosen this up. You're gonna slide that right up onto there and just let it stick out about right there to the edge, just a little bit more, and it won't crush it really like that plastic tubing will. So if you put the plastic tubing, you try to do this with the plastic tubing, it's gonna crush it. It's kind of a little bit more stable. Okay. Alright, so we got this on there. The next thing is we got to get our cable. Okay, so we got a bunch of cables. Got a whole wad of them, basically. Alright, so let's see. We're going to take one. take one of these cables out of here. We don't need all of them. Trying to get it without taking them all out, but it might be better just to take them all apart. Let's just do that. Seems like that would have been the best way to do it. Unraveling everywhere. Okay. Alright, so we just need one. So take one. Come on. Alright, so we got one. We'll wrap those back up. Alright, so this thing, I don't know how long it is, but I think it's going to be long enough to do 2 cables. I'm almost positive. But we have to be, it has to be longer than the tubing. No, it's not going to work. You have to cut the tubing again. So we're going to cut it approximately, so about halfway would work. Got some side cutters, not side cutter, end cutters. And this should cut it. Yep, just like that. Alright. So they're almost identical. They're about 2 inches short. I mean, I could have done it, cut it in half, made the tubing a little bit shorter, and it would have been ideal. The problem is we got these big ends. Okay, they won't fit through that little mechanism that we have. So that's the problem we run into with doing it like this. Okay, so what I typically do is I take a grinder and I grind it down so it fits in that hole. Okay, I haven't gotten this one out yet, so I got to get this one out. That's the fun part now. But anyway, y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna take y'all to the shop and we're gonna grind this down a little bit and go from there. Y'all stay tuned. Alright, so I went and got my little Dremel. I was gonna do this out here, but got thinking I can probably just cut this off right here. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut this off right about there. So I'm gonna try. It's not working. Okay. It's trying, but yeah, that's too hard. Okay, so back to the Dremel. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take the Dremel, the little diamond bit on there, and we just try to get this smooth off. Oh, just thought of another way. Take a hacksaw. So we'll take the quarter band saw, see if we can cut that off. This is live thinking right here. I don't know if this is gonna work. So that's almost working. I don't know if the blade is dull or what. So y'all can cut it, do how you want to do it. This is the way I'm doing it today. Try to cut this off again. some kind of way. It's not getting a good bite on it. Alright, so I got it cut off. Alright, so we just want just something to pull up against that little throttle piece. I was able to get the cable out, as you can tell. So all we just need like a little ball on the end of that. Okay, so we got to put cable on there and then slide it up through here through our tubing. Alright, I'm getting it slid up in there. Alright, so it should come out over here very shortly. Keep waiting. Okay, seems like it's stuck. Maybe I got it clamped down too much, I don't know. There it goes, just like that. So now on the screw up, get that screw pretty much all the way out, not quite, and just line that up with the hole and slide it through there just like that. Alright, y'all see? So that's done. The next step is I'm tightening it over here on the throttle rod. That's pretty self-explanatory. I'm tightening this screw back down, just like that. Alright, you want to make sure that you got full throttle. And make sure that your throttle pedal is all the way back, okay? Before you go to tighten this screw up. So we're going to hold it right here and tighten this screw up. Alright, now that that's tight, now we'll push on the foot pedal and see what it does. Alright, here's the foot pedal. This is not the typical cable that I use, the sheathing. So it's, I don't know if it's bending, hold stiff, hanging right there, but I do know that right here it's hitting right there and it's not letting it go back. So, with that being said, what'll happen when you do that, if you do it like that, it'll cause your throttle to be running when you go with it. That cable being that long ain't that good either, so I'm gonna take and we'll snip that. that's done. Now, let's try it again. So we may have to put like a return spring. I never had to do this before. I don't know why it's acting up, being that I'm trying to record this, but I've never had this problem ever. So I don't know what's going on here. But like I said, it's a whole lot less mechanical problems you have. See, now it's working like it's supposed to, but I feel like this is going to hang up. So let me cut these zip ties off of this side. So we got those off. We'll take this throttle kit. I can get this out of the way. Put it right here in this box. Alright. So, what we need to do now is zip tie it to the frame, and then we should be good to go. That right there, you may have to bend this down just a little bit like that. Just take and bend that down like that, just so it's not hitting the cover. Just like that, okay? Yeah, so now it's working like it's supposed to. We'll zip tie that, and if I can get the zip ties on there. Alright, we got them on there. And let's check this throttle again right here. Working like a dream. Alright, so that's a way you can save money on the Predator 212 class. Don't buy a throttle kit, hook it up like that. Throttle cables are very cheap, and with doing it the bicycle cable way, brake cable. And just another quick tip on racing go-karts. So anyway, y'all stay tuned for the next one, and hope y'all like this, and see y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Attached to the ceiling. We'll crank this bad boy up one more time. The video didn't record. Throttle didn't stick any, worked out pretty good. So there it is. Let's see if we can get. So there's the reading of that 45. Sorry. And the last time when I went out the camera it was 5,007. So that's what it's tacking at. Probably could adjust the screw a little bit, but I think I'm gonna leave it alone. If y'all like this type of content, please like, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see y'all on the next one.